you might notice I'm somewhere a little bit different. So I'm not on the boat anymore. I'll tell you what happened if I'm happy and how I'm feeling in a house versus a boat. So I'll try and go through those things. So it started when his car got stolen. That was quite scary because the people stole the car, brought it back, crashed it, and then came across whilst we were probably asleep on the boat, came past our boat, luckily for us, and went on a bunch of boats, broke in, threw people's belongings into the canal, and then stole one of the boats. So that was scary. We didn't really feel safe on the boat anymore. I hadn't felt safe on the boat for a while because people just step on it. Like, you just be sat there and then you'll suddenly go like this because someone will step on the boat, and you step on the boat, it moves, things fall, sometimes things fall off. People crashed into the boat. Canal and Riverside Trust, I swear they think it's bumpy cars. They'd crash, I don't know if they did on purpose, but they just crash into us every time. They take people on these little outings, and then they'd crash into all the boats. They sank one because it was a wooden boat. Luckily ours was metal, so it wasn't as easy to sink, but anyway. So I hadn't felt safe for a while. People would just get on the boat, come and knock on the door. The door is, you stand at the door, if you can see into the gap, you can see into the whole boat because it's a narrow boat, so it's all the way down. And we did have a curtain up, but it was pinned, and it's just scary. Like, what if it's fallen down a little bit and people are just getting on the boat, looking in the boat and stuff. The windows as well, I blocked up the windows, but I don't know if people could still see in or not, and just didn't really feel very private. And anyway, luckily there was an empty house that his family would let us stay in for a little bit until he got his car back. The police took his car and said, we'll be doing an investigation, you'll get it back. Spoiler, they destroyed his car and then said, it's not our fault, it's not our problem, and have not given him the money. I've never known the police do anything good. I can't think of a single time I've had a good interaction with the police, but both of us can think of countless times with terrible stuff like this, where they're corrupt and doing stuff that surely is illegal. Anyway, so we stayed here, and he didn't get his car back, obviously. They said we're still investigating, and we decided, they offered to rent this place to us, so we decided to just start renting and sell the boat. I feel like there's a lot of negativity in this, but I will end on a positive. But the guy who sold the boat to us sold it for 14,000. But he went and saw it and it looked fine, but when we got there, the engine didn't work. The floorboards were kind of, I guess, rotting because they ended up falling through. In the bathroom, they fell through. We literally just had like a tabletop as a floor in the bathroom. You had to just step in certain places. Same in my room. So we was trying to sell the boat. He said, you can't sell it on my land, because we were at his marina. You can't sell it, it's my marina, but I'll buy it off of you for 3,000. 3,000. And it doesn't have an engine, so where else were we gonna sell it? The boat's gone, and I really loved the boat. I wanted to keep it forever. I wanted to keep it and then, hopefully get land and have the land be our garden and then live on the boat and do the boat up and stuff. But the amount of money that it takes to maintain boats is actually a lot more than you would think. Hi, Baba, do you want to come here? Come here, look. Wow. Yay. Sorry, there you go. By the way, I can see like the top of my head because there's I can't see like here down because I'm using the radiator to prop up the phone. It seems to be working okay. I mean, I'll know when I watch it back. It was just too much to maintain, especially in winter. I know it's December, but even by December it was it was hell in winter because you'd have to have the fireplace on to heat up the boat, and you should probably have it on almost 24/7 to keep it warm and dry. We couldn't afford that. That would be an insane amount of money. And also the dust from the fireplace, everything had a layer of black on it. No matter how much I dusted, it was awful. And like, I'd clean the floors, clean the sides, just black on the cloths. And then like 2 days later I'd be doing it again and it'd just be black again. And so like my keyboard, I had to clean my keyboard so much, my pretty pink keyboard with all the clay stuff, and I ruined it last time I cleaned it. But we didn't even have it on the fire on 24/7 obviously, so there'd be water dripping down the sides and we'd have to wipe it. The paint got ruined obviously from the water. The wood, it would drip on the wood, making the floor even worse. When it's icy, you sat in an ice bucket, you imagine you live, right, so imagine there's an ice bucket and someone shrinks you down, puts you in a cup in the ice bucket. You've got a little campfire, you can heat your cup up, but it's not gonna affect the ice. The ice is just gonna keep seeping into the cup. The campfire is just gonna keep you warm whilst it's lit, and then when it's gone, the ice will seep back into the cup. That's kind of what it's like when the canal's frozen over. You sat in the ice, and especially when the boat moved, it was so scary, because you'd hear it go like scrape along the side of the boat, and I'm allergic to cold, so like it was terrifying. I'd be sleeping and every little sound or movement, I'd wake up thinking I was sinking. I don't think it's good for an anxious person to live on a boat. I don't know if I'm anxious. I don't think I'm anxious, but I'm just, it's realistic, isn't it, to think I was sinking, but I can imagine if you had anxiety. I can imagine if you had anxiety, you would not sleep. But, so they're all the things I'm glad to have left behind on the boat. Also no running water. The water, also another thing, the water tank didn't work. So he had to carry water and then fill up the little, like what people have for parties. And they put drinks on and they have a tap on the bottom. We had one of those in the kitchen, one of those in the bathroom, and we'd use that to wash, brush our teeth, everything. Wash our clothes, wash our dishes, everything that you use water for. The good thing is that we went through a very small amount of water and we could track it because he carried it in 5-gallon jugs, I think. Obviously, I do miss the boat because my lovely room, it was so pretty, but I mean, I had permission to decorate this room because the wallpaper was really peeling and faded Spider-Man wallpaper and blue and stuff. They said we could decorate, and then I'm guessing we'll just have to paint it, take all this down and paint it white when we leave. I don't know, but I'm really happy with it. I've spent so long so long doing all of this. Oh, you're so cute. I think it's when you're in a situation you don't realize how you feel about it in some ways, because if you don't let yourself dwell on stuff or think like how bad everything is and stuff, if you don't think like that, you're not going to see stuff till after you left this situation. But so when I was on the boat, I was thinking, I like living on the boat, I love it and stuff, and I still did love living on the boat. But now I'm out of the boat and in a house. I can see like, oh my god, people live in houses. Houses are amazing. Like, it's so warm, and you've got these radiators and stuff, and then you've got windows that actually open for the summer. It's easier to keep clean, and I actually sleep in a bed instead of on a plank of wood. But yeah, these are my nails, by the way. I think I made these quite a while ago, didn't I? I'm not sure when I made these. Another update is I've been feeling really unwell. I want to specify what's it called, where you make stuff, I'll put the word here if I remember it. I felt really unwell, like waking up every day feeling hungover, like really hungover. Every single time I stand up, my brain pulses against it like throbs against my skull. I feel like I'm gonna fall over. I get dizzy sometimes. I do fall over. And when I told someone this, they said, well, I get dizzy sometimes when I stand up. It's every time, and it's not just dizzy. It's like my brain hurts and it throbs against my skull every single time I stand up. When I stand up from here, I'll get it. Every time I stand up, even if I sit down for just a few seconds and stand up, I've got it. It's so annoying. Crouch down, stand up, it happens. I looked it up and I thought it was POTS, but I went to the doctor and I asked for a female doctor, but they gave me a male one because apparently there wasn't a female one at that time. But he put the cuff on me and said stand up. I stood up and he said it's not POTS. So he said we'll do blood tests. And the blood test came back and it said it's low iron. So I've been taking iron tablets. But the thing is, I saw my results on the NHS app a few days or a week before my phone appointment. So, and I saw it was low iron, so I started taking iron tablets, and I saw that it's good to take an iron tablet and then have an hour either side of it with no caffeine, so no chocolate or coffee or anything, and then take it with vitamin C. So I've been an iron tablet with a kiwi, and then I've been doing that every other day, so every 2 days, because apparently that makes it the absorption better, is what it said on the internet. But when I had my appointment, the doctor was saying, well, it's low iron, and I said, could it really just be low iron? Because I'm feeling, and all the time I'm speaking, she's going, yeah. So I don't know but I said, I feel hungover every day, my brain throbs. Is that really iron? Yeah. And then I said, well, I told her what I'd been doing with the iron tablets because I saw it was good online. Again, yeah. So I'm like, so that is good to take it every other day. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. And it's just low iron, like, you're fine. And I don't feel fine, but thanks. So if you know, is it good? Can low iron cause these problems? Because I've been taking the tablets for probably over a month now and I don't feel any different. Also, is it good to take it every other day? Or because apparently that makes it the absorption higher. Anyway, maybe she just really was listening and telling the future of what I was saying or something. Yeah. Or whilst I was at the doctor, I said, can you test me for EDS? Because I've got a lot of stuff comes up for that as well. And he's like, why do you think you've got EDS? I don't want a male doctor. Also palpitations. I get really bad palpitations and they've not gotten any better either way. Anyway, and I said, well, I think I'm hypermobile first of all. And he said, he was like, and he started going into a little tangent about how everyone's hypermobile, or the population can do some things like this, or maybe not this one, I can't remember which one he did, like everyone can do some things like this or something. He went, well, can you do this? How far back can your fingers go? And I went like this. And he went and got the computer and got the checklist up, and he went through every single one and I could do all of them. And he said, well, yeah, you are hypermobile, but if you don't have joint pain or anything, you don't have EDS. And I said, well, I do have joint pain. So he said that I'm fine, because he just assumed I was fine. I mean, I don't have like joints popping out. My sister does. I don't have joints popping out and stuff like that, but I know that's a type of EDS because I watch Martina, Kinkogi, and she has that type of EDS, and it looks harrowing, but I'm not nothing like that. I just thought there's a type of hypermobility EDS, and maybe if I have it, if I could get diagnosed with it, it could be on my records, and then if an issue comes up that could be related to that, it will make it faster. Or if there's like anything I should know to like stop like issues in the future, maybe. I don't know. Every time I go to get diagnosed with something, they're like, why do you want to be diagnosed with there's nothing for that? Endometriosis. It's like, we can't do anything for you. Take the pill, which is carcinogenic, by the way. I'm not taking the pill. I never have, and I never will. Every time I go to the doctor, they try to throw it at me. I said I don't need the pill, and I don't want to take it. It's not a like cure-all thing. Women's health is such a joke. And yeah, I've got I get really bad period pains. One of the doctors, a really nice lady doctor from an old doctor's, she said it's really does sound like you've got endometriosis, but there's not really anything we can do except give you the pill. So do you want me to put the tests and stuff in or whatever she said? And I said no, just forget it. I know they can take your womb out as well. My auntie had that done, your uterus, but it doesn't actually cure it. So yeah, hopefully the iron tablets start kicking in. Oh, by the way, if you can see this, I can't see because the radiator. This is Nemo's palette, so that's why it's got black eyeshadow all over it. I borrow his palette for the eyeshadow because I don't actually own eyeshadow. I just steal his. So that's why that's like that. Anyway, glad to be posting here. I know I don't post much, but thank you if you've clicked on the video and if you've watched to the end. I used to do something, didn't I, to check who watched to the end. What's your favorite book? Tell me your favorite book. And actually not just for engagement or to tell me if you've made it to the end. I actually want to know because I need some books to read. Tell me your favorite book and then like a little non-spoiler version about it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. I just realized I probably should have filmed in here. I think this would have been nicer to film in here. Oh well, maybe next time.